Hey guys, it's Coach Jan and Merry Christmas. We are doing a live stream of my meditation workout, and it's Christmas Day. It's 11:05 a.m. Pacific time, so I'm in Los Angeles right now, and we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be great. So the intention here with any of these, anytime that you hear me talk about a meditation workout, what I'm really talking about is stuff that I grew up doing, and the stuff that I grew up doing is encompasses like martial arts, meditation, breath work, visualization, and it's very personal to me. It's very, 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 very personal. I literally do it every single day, and it's only a few months now. This is like December 2025, so it's only been a few months that I've actually been sharing this publicly. I normally teach like aspects of it, and obviously I'm always training, or training fairly consistently, so it's special to me, and I the intention, the best definition of meditation that I've ever heard is that meditation is a state in which you rise above your desires. I think it's really important, meaning that seated meditation, what we call meditation, seated meditation, and all the work that can be done through seated internal work, it's all valuable and all valid and is all necessary for certain experiences for sure. But the actual state of rising above your desires, not being knocked around, heavily influenced, just being able to witness your desires and not necessarily driven by them, that's a very, very powerful state for any human being to be in. And the intention with this exercise, this workout that we're about to do, is to go from the internal seated breathwork, visualization, meditation posture into Qigong exercises utilizing the same visualization mechanic, and then into a light workout using the same visualization mechanic. So essentially you're taking that awareness that you're developing and cultivating in the seated posture throughout your day, adding pressure to it incrementally. So it's going to be great, and we're going to get to it right to it. So you're going to stay, you can stand or sit, I recommend. You can also lay down for this. And in whatever position you're in, make sure that you feel internal alignment. And when I say internal alignment, I actually mean you're going to slightly pull in your belly button no matter what your posture is, whether you're standing, sitting, or laying down. You're going to slightly pull the belly button to the spine, straight back, meaning posteriorly through the body. Posterior means going back through the body versus anterior forward. So posteriorly. And then you're going to lift your collarbone, just the collarbone, superiorly, which means up away from gravity, but really more so up towards your head. So that's superior. But since I'm sitting, superior is up away from gravity. And then you're going to feel an imaginary string lifting your structural crown superiorly. So what we're talking about is all physical stuff. When I say structural crown, I mean here. I don't mean spiritual crown, which is here. Spiritual crown is different than structural crown. They're a few inches apart, but the spiritual crown is where the center line awareness comes out of, which we'll talk about as well in a moment. But the structural is to get your body to look like an antenna, to act like an antenna. So that's what we're really going for first. You get the body to act like an antenna by elongating it, and then you allow the spiritual experience to wash through the body. And the spiritual experience, I really also like to talk about like post-spiritual thinking, meaning that you can talk spiritual all day, but actually getting to a place where you feel the experiences and can actually distribute a higher form of yourself to reality, to me is more important than saying you're spiritual. So we're lifting up structurally in the body right now, and then we're going to allow that center line awareness to come through the spiritual center line, meaning that awareness of inhaling into the body and inhaling light. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today, a very simple light meditation. We're going to call it white light washing. We're going to inhale into the body and fill the second chakra up, the one that's just below the belly button, about 2 inches or 3 finger lengths, also called the lower dantian in Taiji and Kung Fu. We're going to fill up the lower dantian with light, white light. And you're going to spread that light through the whole body. Exhaling, washing it through the whole body. Inhale white light to the lower dantian. You're going to keep your tongue on the ceiling of your mouth, the mouth closed, all the breathing in and out through the nose. And exhale, wash the light through the whole body from the lower dantian, as if it's a sun expanding in all directions. Slight tension in the anus is the counterpoint to the tongue on the ceiling of the mouth. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's called the big orbit. Helps to connect all the energy running up and down the front of the body, the conception vessel, to all the energy running up and down the back of the body, the governing vessel. One more breath into the belly. White light. Spread through the whole body. And now we're going to start doing something with this light, with the visualization. Remember, visualization is a muscle, so the more you work it, the stronger you get at it. And even more so, I would compare it to turning on a stove and the flame, you can hear the clicking in the stove, and the gas is trying to come out, and the flame's trying to ignite. So that can be the experience, even when you're dynamic with visualization. Once the flame comes on, the visualization is coming on. So if it takes a little bit of clicking inside of you, that's okay. Inhale white light now. Fill up the whole body. Exhale, wash it through the whole body. We're going to inhale white light up the front of the body, from the toes to the top of the head. We're going to exhale, wash the white light down like a waterfall, from the head to the heels. We're going to inhale white light up the left side. It's going to come up the body as if it's a tidal wave. As you inhale up, 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 up the left side of the body, and then it's going to fall down the right side as you exhale, like a waterfall. We're going to do that pattern again. Up the toes to the top of the head, inhaling like a tidal wave. Feel the white light wash. Move your attention from the toes to the top of your head. Connect your attention to the inhalation and your visualization as if your mind is a free-floating camera and the body is somewhat inside and outside. The awareness is somewhat inside and outside the body, coming up, 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 all the way to the top of the head. Feel the very top of your head where that imaginary string is connected, where there's a opening here, like a pillar of light, and then exhale, wash past the opening, falling down the back, down like a waterfall, all the way down the backs of the legs, down the calves, down to the heels and to the ground. Inhale up the left side again. Again, like a tidal wave coming up. Maintain your structure as you do this. Exhaling down the right side like a waterfall. Remember, while you visualize, it's very easy, especially in the beginning, but at all times, it is a constant challenge in my experience to maintain the ideal posture while doing this. So just check in with yourself again, that the belly button is pressed against the spine, whether you're laying down, standing up, or seated. The collarbone is being lifted up by two strings, lifted superiorly, and that structural crown is being lifted superiorly. And once you feel that lift, you're going to imagine as if all the relaxation in your body is like honey falling down a guitar string. And it sounds like we just did a little bit of a tangent, but that's exactly how you check in with your body. You check in, you make sure your posture is still aligned, and if it's not, you fix it, and then you go right back to the visualization. So now we're continuing our middle pillar breathing. We're going to do one more time up the front, like a tidal wave. Inhaling white light up from the toes to the top of the head with our newly reinforced posture. And exhale from the head down the heels like a waterfall. White light falling, washing down. Think of it washing down all the way to the heels. Inhale up the left side, from the foot all the way up, washing all the way up to the top of the head, like a tidal wave rising, and then exhale like a waterfall down the right side. And then inhaling into the belly, filling the white light up. Exhale, push the light down the legs, through the heels into the ground, like a fountain in reverse, meaning that the water or the light washes out of the feet and then spreads in all directions underneath you. Also known as inferiorly, meaning down through the feet, and it spreads out and comes back up around, or superiorly around you to the top of your head, around the body, making a big bubble. And then inhale again, white light into the belly. This time we're going to exhale, push it to the top of the head, and just like a fountain, it's going to come up as if it was water coming up, 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 rising, and spreading in all directions around you, making a big bubble of light around you. Doing it again, inhaling white light into the belly. Exhale, wash the light down the body, and inferiorly down to the feet. And like a fountain in reverse, it spreads all around you from the bottom up, making a big bubble of light. Imagine it coming up and out in all directions. Inhale, white light again. Exhale, push to the top of the head. And it spreads in all directions, making a big bubble of light around you. And we'll do this set one more time, once each, so you can feel how quickly you should be able to do this at any given time, especially when you're feeling dull, or you might feel like you're going to walk into a room in which you need to shine brightly. Most people do not put time into the resonance of their form, so it's very important to put this attention on the resonance of your form, visualizing yourself walking in, cutting through noise with your light, just shining into a room, bringing a better energy into the room, leaving the room better than it was before you got there. I highly recommend this. Inhale, white light into the belly. Spread through the whole body. Feel the body full of light. Inhale, toes to the top of the head like a tidal wave up. Exhale, head down the back like a waterfall down the backs of the legs to the heels into the ground. Inhale up the left side. White light rising like a tidal wave. Exhale down the right side, all the way down to the ground. Inhale into the belly. Gather the light. Exhale, push it down the legs, through the heels, into the ground. Let it spread out like a fountain in reverse, making a big bubble of light around you. Watch, feel, and see the light with your mind's eye, spreading upwards, creating this bubble of light all around you. Inhale one more time. Into the belly. Exhale to the top of the head, through the spiritual crown, like a fountain spreading in all directions, the light spreading around you, making this big bubble of light. Have a gentle smile on your face. And notice how we intensified that. We intensified the light and the visualization at the end because that is the immediacy of this gentle exercise. With all this, we're really training gentle strength, and gentle strength allows you to be very scalpel precise with your visualization. That's one of the beautiful things about Tai Chi, especially when it comes to grappling, is being able to be gentle but precise. And because you know how to move the body in a coordinated way, you get a lot out of a little. Small movements become very strong because you're highly coordinated. And that's only because you're training yourself to slow down, speed up your perception like we just did. So now, staying seated, we're going to inhale, hands coming up, exhale, hands coming down, and spread the hands out. Inhale like you're scooping water, inhaling up, exhale. So this is us coming out of our visualization. Inhaling, drawing light into the belly, exhale, dropping it down. So notice we're using the same visualization concepts from our light visualization, our light meditation, and we're keeping the eyes open now. And we're still seated. You can even do this laying down. And if you're ready now, we'll take it to another level by standing. And the standing is going to have us doing the same thing, but in a half horse stance. The half horse stance here. Let me take my slippers off. There we go. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Make a little adjustment in the camera so you can see better. Here we go. Inhaling up, exhaling down. This is one of the most important exercises in Qigong. I said we would do Qigong. We're not doing it. We're doing Qigong right now, which is fine. This is the fourth exercise, actually fifth exercise from the 12 yin set of Qigong. Qigong, from the Wu style of Tai Chi, is like weightlifting for intention. So while we are continuing the visualization, meaning that gathering light in the belly, exhale, spreading the light out, we're going to get more precise and more intentional. We're going to program our breath. And what that really means is that we're using the breath visualization as a vehicle for our attention. And the more control we get over that vehicle, the more we can program it with specific intent. So here, we inhale, gather light. It gets super big in the belly. And we exhale, we flatten that light, and exhale even deeper, store it away in this area of the belly. Slight tension in the anus, tongue on the ceiling of the mouth, mouth closed, all breathing in and out through the nose. It's important to note that the structure that we created while sitting down or laying down is maintained while standing. Imaginary string lifting you up from the crown, structural crown of your head. The slight pull of the belly backwards, belly button toward the spine. Only slight, not a flex. But as you exhale here, it will become more structured, meaning more like a flex as you exhale here, but not emphasizing a hard muscle flex, just structure. And then inhaling, allowing the belly to inflate, exhaling, feel the structure. But don't be distracted by the structure. The most emphasized thought is going to be the inhalation of the light. And now we're going to start to program the light with intention. And notice that we just separated what our focus was into 3 sections. We have the choreography of the body with the breath, that coordination. We have the visualization of the breath, which is light, that we're gathering in the belly, compressing and flattening, and storing away when we flatten it. So even though we release the breath, we never release the light, we only gather more. And that's where the intention starts to come in. This is an energy storage exercise called Jade Rabbit Watches the Moon. The intention of this exercise is to charge you like a battery. The only way you can actually do that with full strength and conscience is to program your visualization to do something in your body. So we're inhaling, seeing the light gather, compressing it, making it very, very condensed but strong, and then flattening it, storing the energy away like a reserve, and then stacking more on top of it. We're pumping the legs in a half horse stance to strengthen the legs, to warm them up before we start to sit directly in this posture. It'll also help you with the rising and dropping of the breath. And once you feel ready, stay seated. And the rising and dropping of the breath is happening more internally with the visualization. You stay seated in the half horse stance, feet shoulder width and a half apart. Inhaling deep, even deeper, exhaling even deeper. Those are 2-stage inhalations, 2-stage exhalations. Inhaling stage 1, inhale even deeper stage 2. Exhale stage 1, exhale even deeper stage 2. Inhale with the light stage 1, inhale even deeper, the light gets even brighter stage 2. Exhale, compress the light, condensing it stage 1, becomes even more potent. Exhale even deeper, flatten it stage 2. Store it away here. And now stack more light on top of it. We'll do 10 more. Allow yourself to have a gentle inward smile. How much wonderful chemicals get released in the body when we smile. Allow yourself to, if you're not watching me, to keep your eyes locked at a distance. Train the eyesight while doing this. Focus on something in the distance and 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Hollow fists with the hands connected to the hips. And we're going to exhale with the pelvis rotating on the femur, dropping down, down, down. Keep the weight on the heels. Inhale, the breath pulls you to the side and up. Eyes on the belly button. Exhaling down. Inhale, the breath pulls you up. The breath should feel like a rope that you're climbing. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. The breath should feel like a rope that you're climbing and then releasing. It's the same visualization that we were doing, same visualization muscle that we're using in our meditation, and we keep on adapting it to do different things in the body. This exercise is called Dragon Whips Its Head in traditional Chinese medicine. It's excellent for redistributing heat that gets trapped in the chest cavity, so it's great when you're stressed. And just great to warm up the muscles. Inhale, reverse it, other direction. Exhaling down. Do your best to maintain the structure of your spine that we've established in each one of our previous postures. So it might look like my head is tilting, but I'm doing my best to maintain a superior stretch, very gentle, superior alignment. Exhale, dropping down, 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 down. Inhaling up, 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 up. Exhale, wash the breath out. Inhale deep. As if the fingers are touching the back of the body, exhaling down. And anywhere the fingers are touching on the back of the body, you're relaxing the upper back muscles, middle back muscles, the lower back muscles, down the buttocks, down the backs of the legs, down behind the kneecaps, calves, ankles, heels into the ground. Inhale, breath lifts only the wrists. Exhale, wash the color of the breath through the palm of the fingertips. Inhale, keeping your weight on the center of each heel. Exhale as if the fingers are touching the inside front of your body, meaning behind your skin. Exhaling, softening. Down, muscles of the face. Down, throat, chest, the abdominal muscles, all the intercostal muscles, muscles around the bladder, the groin, down, hamstrings, kneecaps, tibia, shins, ankle, feet, toes. Inhaling up, breath lifts just the wrist. Exhale, wash the breath through the palms of the fingertips. Inhale, draw in. And as if the fingers are on the center line of the body, softening the brain, relaxing in the brain, behind the eyeballs, the vocal cords, the trachea, in the lungs, relaxing any tension around the heart, in the organs, stomach, kidneys, liver, spleen, reproductive organs, all the way down. Even the bone marrow, relaxing down. Inhaling deep. Draw in. Shift to one side and exhale, push. Only one toe dangles here. Shift, inhaling up. Exhale. Shift the weight, inhaling up. Exhale, sink and sit. One hand brushes past the knee, the other hand pushes toward, right in front of your heart. Inhaling up. Exhale, sink and sit. Shift the weight, inhale. Exhale, sink and sit. Shift the weight, inhale up. Exhale, sink and sit. Shift the weight up. And notice that the hip and waist all turn with the palm, exhaling. Inhale up. And you're pushing the breath, the color through the palm. Inhale, breath lifts the wrist like a string. Exhale, push the breath, the color through the palm, and the rest goes out of this bottom finger. This is called brush knee, like you're brushing your knee. It's a lot like that. If you're a martial artist, if you're a fighter, especially if you've done sport fighting, you know someone's throwing a kick at you. You may knock the kick to the side and punch them. So you have that here. It's a similar mechanic. And really work that back leg too. Going down, not so much that you stress yourself, meaning that you lock the rest of the body. You're really focusing on the visualization, feeling the visualization washing through the body. So if you push yourself too much from a muscular standpoint, you're going to distract yourself from the very thing that we're training here, which is the ability to maintain this visualization, which is to be able to maintain the connectivity to an awareness that puts your mind into an almost omnipotent point of view, meaning that the mind is like a camera that can float through the body. And really feel that camera, that visualization, that you're pushing the color through the hand, but it's as if you're moving all the way through it. And that connects back to our idea of rising above desire. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have desires or you're desireless. That's different than rising above desire, meaning that you can witness the desires and then make the decision that you truly feel is the right one. So here, we're allowing ourselves to rise above the tension in the body, the physical tension that may lock us into certain feelings. And we're allowing ourselves to have a deeper, more subtle awareness so that we're not locked into one experience but can experience more things. And you can really think about, if the whole world is in a state of meditation, the world will look very, very different. And that doesn't mean that everyone's going to be sitting down with their eyes closed. I mean, the meditation that allows you, that definition I said earlier, meditation as a state of having risen above your desires and then to walk the world in that state. Very powerful. Inhaling up. We're going to make a slight adjustment. Notice that I'm dropping my elbow here and twisting my palm. And for those of you who are martial artists, we're going to give a little bit of a fun variation. So rather than the hand coming up and everything sinking, sitting, we're going to come up and we're going to spiral the other way. We're going to bring the elbow slightly up and really more so think about the fingers and the palms. Inhaling up. So you can, rather than going down, we're going to come up and spiral. So you can think of it coming closer to the body and then opening up. Boom. Opening up. The arm is closer to the body and it opens up. The color comes up. And these are only slight adjustments that you make. Once you feel really comfortable with the softness of your movements, then you can start to intensify. But if you do it intense at first, you get locked into certain feelings that don't allow you to go deeper. Inhaling up. Again, it's as if you're keeping your palm facing you and then showing the palm like a mirror, or showing the blade of the palm like a mirror. Looking at the mirror like, this is your palm, this is your mirror, and then show the mirror. And look at that coordination. Ooh. Even the hips are agreeing. The hips are coming out and showing. So there's a little bit of a tuck. And then you relax the tailbone. Coming up. Little bit of a tuck. This tuck can be seen especially in Luhabafa, 6 coordinations, 8 methods, also known as water boxing, which from some historical accounts predates Tai Chi from Wudang Mountain. I'm not saying that it does, I'm saying from some historical accounts. Exhaling, so rolling out. And look at my other hand. Both of them are gently rolling. As if both are mirrors, and I open up and I show the mirror, showing one to the ground, showing one to my opponent. And my top hand is in alignment with my sternum. And again, if even just now I feel myself getting a little too caught up into the mechanical side of this. So for me, I'm only talking about anything I tell you, I'm talking to the mechanical side of this. So for me, I'm only talking about anything I tell you, I'm talking about stuff that I actually have to do myself. So I soften, really start focusing on the breath being like a string, lifting my arm, my body, and then exhaling, pushing the color of my breath through. So the string that pulls the color into my belly is the string that lifts the hand, and then exhale, washing that out. And let's stay seated. Let's just work just the core for a moment before we move on to our more intense workouts. We're going to sit here for a second. This is hugging the tree, as you guys will likely know from, this is the most common Qigong posture, standing Qigong, standing meditation posture. And notice that I'm not very low, but I want to be. You can do it up here. But if you do drop down, this is valuable as well, as long as you have the proper alignment, and meaning from how I was taught, weight or distance shoulder width and a half apart for the legs, imaginary string lifting for the structural crown, and then relaxing through the vertebra as if each vertebra is melting off the next, going all the way down through the tailbone. Slight tension or slight structuring of the abdominal muscles, which can be seen as pulling the belly button to the spine. But don't overemphasize sucking in the belly button to the spine. Just a gentle pull. There are times to incredibly emphasize that, especially with certain yoga postures. This is Qigong though, so we're going to do a little more gently. Collarbone lifts upward. The rest of the rib cage falls downward, but the collarbone lifts up. If those details are challenging for you, there's a more overt way to check your posture, which means you'll drop your pubis bone here. Drop, 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 and then lift the pubis bone as if it's pulling strings on the heels. What that looks like from the side is drop the pubis bone and then lift it as if you're pulling strings from the heels. I'll do it again. Drop, lift, and I want my stance a little lower, so I'd lift it and I'd bend my legs more. Drop, lift. Once you have that, then you can tap your own sternum, drop your sternum down, and then lift that sternum as if a string is pulling it up to the ceiling or sky. And then you can lift your shoulders, roll them back, and tuck in the shoulder blades. You're tucking in your back pocket. From that tuck in the back pocket, you're going to slide the tips of these shoulder blades forward, just the tips, the bottom, so that they disappear into the upper back. Notice that we didn't lift the shoulders at all to push the shoulders forward. We pushed from the tips of the shoulder blades forward. And from that, holding this posture. Final note here is that the occiput, right here at the base of the skull, is going to lift away from your heels as well. With all of that in mind, then you engage that imaginary string, and then you feel the relaxation in the spine. And notice that we did all those postural adjustments just to hold the same thing that we were holding previously. And there's many different paths to get to these postures. While you're holding the posture, then you actually have the real work to do. So you have to do all your prerequisite adjustments so that you can stand here without damaging the body and allowing the best circulation possible. Once you're in the posture, you start to visualize the breath. Some people will just stand here and wait for the qi to flow, quote unquote. I like to visually engage, amplify the sense of circulation, because wherever the mind goes in the body, the circulation increases. So when you inhale, I recommend inhaling through the soft part of your arms, the soft part of the skin, rather than the hard part, which is on the outside. The soft is in the inside. We're going to inhale and draw the visualization like a wave coming into the belly. And we're going to do it up the legs and down the arms. So everything coming from here, from here, from here, as you inhale, coming into one point here. And as you exhale, visualize the breath coming down the outsides of the body, the hard parts, the outside of the legs, outside the arms. So it's as if you're painting with your breath. Everything, when you inhale, comes up on the inside. As you exhale, washing from the back down the arms and legs. And that's for every single breath, that visualization. Try it 6 times. And now, Turn the palms out, opening the hands, and do the same breathing. Inhaling to the soft part, exhaling to the hard part. Beautiful. And make sure you check in with your posture as well. It's very likely that you might start standing higher, or you might start leaning to the balls of your feet and big toe, or that your hips may start, pelvis start twisting, hips start going forward, back, etc. So just allow yourself to check in with your posture, pubis bone, collar, shoulders up, back, and then forward. Imaginary string lifting from the top of the head. Occiput pulling away from the heels, the relaxation like honey dripping down a string inside the body. And all of this takes significant amount of time to keep on checking in. It's an internal strength that requires the same amount of dedication that external does, just different, applied in a different direction. And now we're going to shift into uplifting heaven before we go into our faster workout. So we just went from meditation to Qigong. This is technically a Qigong exercise. Qigong is really more so for circulating energy. Oftentimes, Qigong is actually really just a big umbrella of a lot of different exercises. So this is a very basic Qigong exercise. The feet shoulder width apart, parallel. And our posture still matters here. The precision always matters. And if you need to, tap your pubis and drop it down like we talked about in the other posture. Drop it down. And then lift the pubis bone away from the heels as if you're pulling strings. Tap the sternum, lift the string up to the sky, lift the shoulders up, scrape the ceiling or the sky, and then drop the shoulder blades back into the back pocket. Imaginary string from the structural crown that helps lift your occiput away from your heels. And you feel this beautiful structure. This is a very, very basic, all the stuff I was saying earlier is more subtle. This is the basic way to maintain a strong, good posture. But if you want to get more subtle, you suck in the belly button. If you want to get more subtle and more structural, you lift only the collarbone and allow the rest of the rib cage to fall while lifting the collarbone, like fingers spreading apart. It's a little bit more complex in this sensation, but you still do the same exercise. Inhaling deep. My intention with sharing multiple ways to do one thing is so that people of all different level types can gain something from these exercises. Inhale, draw the color into the belly. Inhale even deeper, even deeper, even deeper. One big breath. Stretch out of the hips onto the toes. And exhale, wash the color down. One more. Now we're going to do 15s. 15s, we're going to do jumping jacks. We're going to do an arm exercise, pushing color out of our hands, visualization out of our hands, and we're going to do a leg exercise. With every exercise, all we're doing now is speeding up what we did when we were in static meditation. The static meditation emphasized our visualization, moving. We started moving slowly with the body, with the Qigong and Qigong, and now we're going to speed it up even more with our workout. This workout is going to be very, very light. Of course, check in with yourself. Make sure that you are in the right position to be able to do it. And if there's anything that you can't do, that's fine. You can always replace it with another exercise that feels right. Whether you're doing lifting a barbell or you're lifting, opening a door, etc. Walking, the whole concept here is that you are washing the visualization to the whole body. And I really do mean whether you're punching hard, lifting a human being and slamming them on the ground, or literally just taking steps on a stroll. There are visualizations that you can do to amplify your experience and make you that much more of an expert of your own body. So right now, all we're doing is working on the idea of maintaining the color as the breath. Every time you inhale and every time you exhale, you're going to be pushing the color in a certain direction. That is the discipline for this. So let's go together. When you're doing the jumping jacks, you don't have to inhale, exhale super hard. Here, you can just do a steady stream of inhalation as long as you know that the inhalation is washing through the soft parts of the body into the belly, the lower dantian or second chakra. And as you exhale, it's washing out the hard parts, down the legs, down the arms, the entire time. However, when we do our second exercise, which is going to be inhaling up, exhale, pushing the hands out, you're going to get a nice workout for the arms, but you want to know that you're inhaling, drawing the color into the belly, lifting it up to the shoulders and chest, and then dropping it out as you have a marriage of gravity dropping down. So that's going to be your second exercise. And for the third, we're going to keep on switching up the leg exercises, but when we do them, we're going to push color into the ground, exhaling and switch it back, push the color back, push it down and switching it back. We're going to do stance switching, and you're still going to have, or if we do squats or jumping, etc., you're still going to have that pushing of the color through the legs. So inhale to the belly, push the color through the legs. Let's go to it. Go for it. 15s, then 14, then 13. That means this is a pyramid structure exercise. We're going to do 15 jumping jacks, 15 arm exercises, 15 leg exercises, then 14 jumping jacks, 14 arm exercises, 14 leg. And we're going to do it very quickly in about 7 minutes. So let's go for it. Okay. And starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and inhale. 4, 5, 6. And we'll do squats. Down, reach out. 2, 3, 4, just dropping. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now 14. 13, 14, and 1, jumping squats. 1, 2, 13. 13. Inhale up. Push the color out the hands. Draw the color into the belly, up to the shoulders. Throw it out the hands. And jumping squats again. So when exhale, push the color out. Exhale, push the color out. Inhale, draw it in. 12. Even when you start to get a little winded, you still focus on the color visualization, coming into the belly and exhaling out. And just take this heat off because it's blowing on me while I'm turning. All right, and jumping jacks, let's go. Jumping squats. And 11. and 10. Great. Now we're going to do one hand down, one hand up. So 1, like that. Pull down. So 3. 10. Great. And switch stance. Push off 1. So notice that you're going to step, so both feet are here. The back foot is going to push off the front foot. The color, you're going to inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can also reverse it. You can exhale, inhale. Either one, as long as you use the color visualization to wash in and push out. Ready? And 1. This is really, really important for setting up throws. 10. Good stuff. 9. Notice how I doubled it up there. Did 1 on each side is 1. Okay, and 9. Same here. And 8. And 8. 7. 7. 6. 6. 5. With 5, you can try gently banging on the obliques and gently flexing as you hit. So 1, exhale, push the color here. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4. Helps to condition you to take impact, etc. And for 5, we're going to push up as if we're elbowing someone in the nose behind us. But just think of this as a gentle extension for the arm, not too rough on yourself, but pulling the body back, gentle stretch, and exhale, push through, or inhale up. Inhale or exhale, make sure it's coordinated. The color either comes in or pushes out at the apex. Both versions are correct. They both have different mechanics, which we'll talk about another time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Good stuff. And for 5, we're going to slap, 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 slap. Twist the hips, step, exhale, or inhale at the touch where your palm slaps your foot. Okay? Okay, now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit in the face with my poofy ball. Okay, 4. And 3. 3. And 3. If you need to just step and lift the foot, that's totally fine too. If you want to drop down lower, that's fantastic. If you want to do a little bit more of a pose, this is like extracted from Kung Fu. You might do a doom and then do a kick, etc. So, didn't want to kick the plant. I could kick higher than that. Not too much higher though. Okay, 2. 2. And then 16 to finish up. Our last set is going to be 16 jumping jacks. We always finish stronger than when we started. Notice that I just switched up my jumping jacks halfway through. Beautiful. And 16. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then switch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then up. 13, 14, 15, 16. Good stuff. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16. Inhale, uplifting heaven right away. And that's pretty much it. The second you finish the ramp up on these exercises, you immediately bring yourself right back to your center line awareness that you should have been cultivating the entire time. Sometimes you'll get distracted. Oftentimes I do. But I have to bring myself back to this center line awareness at the end, drawing the color into the body, washing it through. This is part of how you catch your breath. You catch the visualization. When I was at the Shaolin Temple, we would say Omi Tofo, which means Buddha bless you. And the one thing that I always noticed about the monk and his top students, and I've trained with many monks, but one in particular would say Omi Tofo, and he would pull his center line awareness completely posturally correct, and everyone would do the same. And when I see people on the street from the temple in normal clothing, they would do the same thing, Omi Tofo, and they'd pull their entire awareness right to the center line. And there wasn't necessarily language associated with that. I'm giving it language now, but it was what was being said non-verbally through the posture. And this exercise helps you pull your center line awareness back together, especially after dispersing it with exercises like that. And we'll do one exercise just to stretch ourselves out after this. And I highly recommend a deep, long stretch after this as well. Multiple stretches, because you're very warm. We're going to suck in the belly button, lift the collarbone, just the collarbone, feet 2 fists apart, fingers together, and the fingers go up, 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 up. Now we're going to deepen and intensify that structure. Suck the belly button in, strings lift the collarbone, and fingertips go up. This is being done without the breath, so I'm not talking about the breath right now. I'm talking about the visualization and the willpower engaging the musculature. The lower back muscles lifting out of the hip line, pelvis line, sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone, lift the fingertips. The middle back muscles lifting out of the lower back, hold up, sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone, and the fingertips. The upper back muscles lifting up, 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 shoulder blades going up, visualize the muscles go up, sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone, and the fingertips. And now the shoulders cover the ears, up, up, up. Sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone, and the fingertips. Maintain this structure, and then only let the hands float down. And then drop the chin as if it's following a line or dot. And come down, melting, exhaling, one vertebra at a time. Letting each one melt off to the last. Don't rush it. Really, you actually want this to be as slow as possible. You want to allow yourself to have the awareness and consciously be releasing the muscles. There's certain muscles that will not relax, certain areas of the body that will not relax without conscious instruction. So it's super important to give yourself the time
and space to have the conscious awareness of areas that need your instruction. Otherwise, you don't have full command over your body, or you're not practicing toward full command of your body. Once you get down as far as you can go, meaning keeping the knees locked, weight on the heels, no need to push it far. Just go only as far as you can go with your knees locked. Fold the arms and hang. Drop the head and chin so the neck extends. And as you inhale, you're going to imagine strings lifting your hips to the sky. And as you exhale, just allow gravity to keep you going downward. As you inhale, you engage the strings on the hips being pulled to the sky, keeping the knees straight. As you exhale, feel them melting off the spine toward the ground. Don't push it, just allow it to happen. Release the arms and suck in the belly button. Come up one vertebrae at a time. One vertebrae at a time. Very slow. I like to even keep my eyes on the belly button. Something I've really started doing this year. I've been doing this since I was like a little kid, but this year really started targeting my eyes on the center line here when coming up. Keep going up. I'm still lifting. That's how slow it's going. Collarbone going up. Structural crown going up. Weight shifting to the back of the heels. If it had shifted at all. Shift the weight here. Hold. If you need to hold on to something, go for that. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale, lift the structure of the body. Exhale at the knee, pull. Let gravity pull the knee and open up the hip as the toe goes back. And drop. So, suck the belly button, lift the collarbone. Suck the belly button. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And drop down. There we go. I think we just passed an hour, so we're finishing up now. Let's make sure to give ourselves a nice self-massage, since it is. You should always do this, but since it's Christmas, I normally don't take the time to do this on the shorter streams. But we're gonna exhale down and slap up. Up, up, up. You're gonna go up on the soft part of the body, down on the hard part. Up on the soft part of the body, down on the hard part. Over the shoulders. Always important to give yourself a nice massage after training, especially after like Qigong. Inhaling out. Massage around the pectoral major, around the breast essentially, and perimeter. Massage the lymph nodes, floating rib up. Just realized I have a tag on. This is a new Christmas shirt, so look at that. It says Taiji on it too, look at that. Isn't that awesome? Thank you, Autumn. There she is. And knuckles. Small back massage. And other way, direction, massage down. Sternum, 4 fingers. Tapping the sternum for the immune system. Switch. For the reproductive organs, you're going to use the U shape, tapping on either side of the collarbone. Actually, and we're going to open right here. Technically, this is the part for the reproductive organs. And weight on the heels, you're going to look up and extend all the way through down, relaxing the reproductive organs. And you're going to take the palm, inside the palm, and massage from the neck up toward the chin. Very strong pressure, like you're holding your own neck, and pressure up. And you're going to let the pressure wash off the chin.
And then the counterpoint to that, back of the neck. Like you're getting sand off the back of your neck, and it's very strong pressure. This is not light. It's not a spiritual brushing. It's a very, very strong. It's almost like you're grabbing this muscle right here, just across the neck, and boom, like getting sand off the back of your neck. It's very strong. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for hormones. So you're squeezing the chin with the thumb and the index finger. And then for the immune system, these two fingers up on the ears. Up, over the ears, down the back, under. Very strong pressure. Massage all the pressure points around the ears. Hands are going to go up on the face, to the side, release. Up on the face, to the side, release. Up on the face, to the side, release. So we're never pulling down on the face. Up on the face, to the side. Up to the side. Taking the hat off, because next we're going to go to the scalp. Front to back, back to front. Front to back, back to front. And if you'd like, you can actually hang in a stretch while doing this. This is what I'll do on my own often. So I'll be stretching while giving myself the massage. So you can, like you're raking this scalp, front to back to front. Front to back to front. And then massage the scalp. So with the fingers, front to back to front. And then slapping, front to back to front. Hollow fists, gentle banging, front to back to front. Grab the scalp, knead it like dough. And then reverse it. Actually, reverse the direction, but don't reverse the circles yet. And now we'll reverse the circles. And right here, on the scalp, you're going to, right at the top of the forehead, massage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Temples 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Under the eyes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the heart 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong pressure. You can even go on the eyebrows 1, 2, 3. Bridge of the nose 1, 2, 3. Side 1, 2, 3. The nails in the groove between the eyeballs and the bones, and tap around. 1, second circle bigger, get all those pressure points. 2, third circle widest. 3, and then top and bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side above the gums, so the fingers fall into the groove above the gums, just under the cheekbone. Push in, feel all the pressure points, and then massage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the same thing under the gums, just above the jawline. Feel the fingers fold into those beautiful pressure points, and then massage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suck the mouth in, and then with air. You saw it's a little tough to coordinate that. Fingers, eyeballs, and tongue. So all the same direction. Roll the eyes and fingers. Reverse it. So important, this stuff. Flick the fingers out. Thumbs. Press and hold on the center of the palm. And drill the pressure into the palm. And then tap 1, 2, second circle wider, 3, third circle widest. So remember, the palms, the feet, the ears are all maps of the body. So we're massaging pressure points that correspond with different organs in the body. Here, the fingers are going to fall. As you press, you'll notice that your fingers will slide to certain areas of your body, of your finger. the massaging finger on the receiving finger, the massaging finger slides into certain grooves. Those are the pressure points that we want to massage. So allow yourself to find those natural grooves. Rather than just squeezing, you're allowing yourself to slide and to have a conscious experience of what it feels like to slide into those points. It's going to give you a deeper experience of your body and the bodies of others. Do the same thing on the side. And then switch fingers. At the end, you're going to squeeze the nail pretty strongly and then do the sides. Keep going down the fingers. So top and bottom, then sides. Top and bottom. And then sides. We're going to take this massaging hand in the groove between the index and thumb, press and hold. And you should feel, the pressure point should be a little painful. It should not feel, if you don't feel anything, that's not good. And if it's too painful, that's also not good. Too much, too little, not ideal. So just right, you should feel a sensation right here. Boom, right here. And hold it for 5 seconds, and then massage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take the thumb now, replace it there, and you're going to drive the thumb like it's driving up a street or a road, and you're going to keep pushing along this natural groove, the natural groove. I'll have to do it through my shirt, all the way to right about here, where you'll feel another pressure point. Once you hit that pressure point, you're going to massage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to take the thumb from there, you're going to put it in the pocket of the elbow, and the other index and middle finger right around on the outside here. They got a little bit of the meat of the forearm. I'm going to massage into the pressure point here. 1, 2. You should feel the sensation. It's more sensitive there. 5 times. Take the same thumb and drive it down. There's another natural groove. You drive it all the way down to around just above the pulse, and you'll find another spot. Super sensitive. Massage there, and then take the open palm right on the pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then switch sides. Take the thumb, place it in the center of the palm, drill. And then hold for about 3-5 seconds. And then drill. 1, 2, 3. And then tap. Second circle wider. Third circle the widest. And then top and bottom of the thumbs to the nail, and then sides. Remember, the massaging finger is falling into the grooves as you squeeze, the natural grooves of the receiving finger. And then all the way down. And then sides, same thing, natural grooves, you'll find them. Same thing here. Sides. Top and bottom. Sides. Top and bottom. Sides. And then press and hold. Massage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then drive up. All the way up, up, up. That natural, all the way up the natural grooves to the pressure point. Take the thumb, place it in the pocket of the elbow, and massage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drive down all the way to here, just above the pulse, and massage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the palm on the pulse. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the eyes. Inhale, white light to the belly. We're going to use the sound ah to clean the body and finish up. The sound ah should feel like it's scrubbing through the body. You're making the sound ah and visualize it as light scrubbing anything that you don't need on the body away. Inhale the white light and use ah. Inhale white light. Let that sound clean the bone marrow. One more time. Let the sound go through all the cells and bright light washing off the cells as if the cells are full of the light. Gratitude for the body, the space you're in, the good people in your life. And Merry Christmas, guys. Love you guys so much. And I will put this on my Coach Jan's Tai Chi YouTube channel pretty much immediately. I'm going to do it today so that others can enjoy this too. And I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful time wherever you are. And I will be back. I'm very active on YouTube, so there's thousands of hours of free training on there, literally thousands. So I love it. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your year. I will stream as much as possible in the coming days and expect some really fun stuff coming soon. Have a great day. Bye.